To all those who thought I was done talking about mental health, please listen up because I will not be silent on this topic. This is a topic that needs to be discussed. There are so many going through this, so many dealing with this, and so many that don't know how to come forward and deal with any of these situations. If I can do my little part of having an episode come out weekly, have my own series to hopefully help at least one person out by situations that I've been through from some firsthand experience and other guests I may have in the future that have experiences, then I will definitely continue to do my part. I will not be silent. I will keep speaking on this, for it is important and it is important to me. Please enjoy today's lesson on mental health and please check on your people always. Never know what they are going through. Be blessed. What is going on? Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearthed. This is Micah, owner of Lawn Dude Lawn Maintenance LLC. Your host for the man. Right now it's evening for me, to be completely real with you, as I record this. But whether it's evening, night, morning, whatever, man, whatever time of day that it is, I appreciate the listen. I much appreciate the listen. So, real time, I am out here, my son's practice. Starting to become a weekly thing that I record these mental health series at my son's practice. So today's mental health, man, is just going to be on staying positive, man. And this one hits home for me because it has been tough to stay positive this year. Not because, I'm a negative person or nothing like that, but those who have heard my recent podcast know I have been through it this year. I have been through a lot. And it just hasn't stopped yet, it's been actually a pretty complicated year. You know what I mean? It's actually been, I'm not going to sit here and say it's been a terrible year. Oh my goodness. Yes, it hasn't been a great year. It's probably been, if I'm being completely real with you, it's probably been one of my worst years in business. But the difference between me and most is I don't sit around all the time, just upset with everything. That's because you know what? That's just not going to resolve a doggone thing, man. So I you gotta excuse me because I'm also sitting here trying to get my work ready for the week. Real time, always got to multitask, but basically, man, I'm just, no matter what happens, no matter what has happened this year, I've been keeping a smile. I've been staying myself, especially around the family. Although I can tell you, sometimes it gets tough to stay positive, but I say the same thing to anyone who is going through it. Like when I'm looking at social media and someone says, "Oh, I just have this going on, that going on," I say the same thing pretty much every time. Keep your head up, stay positive, because it's true. I have another business owner. Shout out to Tony. Tony does mobile tires, and he is the best there is at it in this area, in the whole DMV area. Look up Tony's Roadside Services. Tony's Roadside Tires. You gotta. I mean, you gotta. I gotta apologize. I can't speak. I'm tongue tied right now. It's just been a day, but I gotta remember exactly how he has everything on his page. I'm pretty sure. Let me check, real time here. I'm gonna get on here and see. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Tony's Roadside Services. That's exactly what it is. I want to make sure I get my brother's get his company correct. So professionalism and podcasting here, real time. I don't pretend to be anyone that I'm not. This is just me keeping it 100 with y'all. But either which way, my man Tony had a post the other day, basically talking about all the struggles you face as a business owner, and it really hit home for me because it also said at the end of it, you just pretty much to sum it up, it said you got to keep your head up and keep moving forward. I said, that's crazy because that's exactly what I say to everyone. And sometimes it's tough for me to take my own advice when it comes to that, just because uh, it is such a struggle, man, to do so many different things, man. And yet, just continue to move forward, despite the challenges that we face. You continue to move forward, and it is a lot of challenges, man. But sitting around being negative Nancy about it gets you nowhere. It gets you absolutely nowhere. So some may hear in my voice that I am tired. I am definitely tired. Like I said, real time, I'm sitting here at my son's practice, also sitting here trying to get invoicing ready, trying to get scheduling ready, trying to get the schedule for the whole entire month of November ready for leaves to see how many more services I need to add to where I stay busy. Like this is real time. This is how this goes, man. But pretty much, man. Today I had to drive out to Richmond, which those who don't know, that's an hour and some change away. It was a lot of traffic, so it was about an hour and a half. My lovely wife joined me, which I always enjoy her company, and we rode on down the road, took care of business with the we're dropping off a couple machines to our equipment dealer for warranty services. Got the weirdest thing going on with the right ZK61. It started Monday. Man, you got the deck raised all the way up, man, and this is so crazy to describe because I still can't believe this is happening. So you got the deck raised all the way up, right? Pretty much what happens is it mows perfectly fine. But as soon as you drop the doggone deck down to 3.5, 4 inches, the blade stop. I mean, the mower keeps running, the blade stop. And then you raise the deck back up, it comes back on. I checked everything for pinch wires, you name it, can't find it. Talked to my dealer, he called right, and they told him that it's rare. But there is a situation where sometimes the harness, has a short in the wiring, so they're probably going to replace that harness. And then my Z Spray LTS, my ride-on spreader sprayer, the starter's already going out at 24 hours. So that it's all good. I'm already done my treatments for the year. It is what it is. But as far as that ZK61, that's also the same one that gets the bagging unit. So hopefully I get that back soon so I can go ahead and get back to it. I'm anxious to do that. So I've been on the road most of the day because of traffic. Um, it's it's just been tiring to say the least. To do everything, just doing my best to just maintain everything. I don't miss anything for the kids. And like I said, the theme for this podcast is to stay positive. So while I'm sitting here tired, as you know, I don't tell a story or provide context on what's going on in my life without it coming back to become a point. Once again, those who don't know, those listening to my podcast for the first time, I tell stories like this all the time about the real time, what's going on with me, because I love to show y'all that I can relate. I'm not just a guy trying to provide advice that I can't. I'm going to provide my best advice. I'm no expert, but I can tell you just through these stories that I tell you, these contexts that I provide, that I'm going through the same thing, man. And how I'm going through them. Well, I'm going through them with positivity. Despite everything that's going on, despite the cash flow going on this year, guess what? I have remained positive because that is all you can do. Remain positive. You know what I mean? Like remaining positive is what you can do. And that is what I do. Remain positive. Because sitting around being upset all the time does what? Absolutely positively nothing. So I have no problem, man, with being I have no problem with being positive when it comes to any and every situation. So I give out the advice, the same advice that I give out to, like I just said, everybody else. Stay positive, man. Keep your head up. And you got to check on your folk and say, how you doing? How you feeling? How's your doggone mental, man? You got to. You really got to. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. There's no reason why you shouldn't be checking on your folk, man. You got to check on your people, man. You got to check on your people always, man. Like, for real. I don't understand why this is even like a conversation. Everybody should be checking on their folk all the doggone time, without question. But sadly, it's not natural for a lot of people to do this. It's just not. But we're all going to go through many different situations. Gotta understand that staying positive is going to always be the best thing for you. Staying positive will always be the best thing for you. For real. Like, there's no point in being negative. None whatsoever. I don't understand why there's so many negative Nancy's out there. I really don't. You got to be positive. Got to keep your head up. I know that I'm talking to somebody right now who is really going through it, who's really struggling with everything. You know what, man? My advice to you is keep your head up. Keep your head up. Even when it's tough, keep your head up. Stay positive. You got to. You'll be all right. You'll be A-OK. And know that you're not alone. Everybody is going through this together. At the end of the day, we all go through this together. Like you can hear me right now, tired as I am, drained as I am. You know what? I'm going to stay positive. And just like grandma said, I'm going to keep a smile on my face while I'm doing it too. And I'm going to love my family while I'm going through whatever too. And I'm going to praise God while I'm going through whatever too. That's how I'm going to treat a situation. Like for real. That is how I am going to treat a situation. That right there is my message for this week, man, on mental health. I know it's pretty short and sweet for me, but like I said, I wanted to make sure I got this podcast out. Um, Once again, staying positive, man, because this is something that, to be completely real with you, I'm so tied up with so much going on right now. I didn't even have time to record this podcast this week, but you know what? I made time because this is something I want to keep going because this is just not talked about enough. Mental health. Mental health. Like, I can't explain how important it is for me to sit here and talk about mental health. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I didn't think I would continue to speak on this like the way I do, but I'm happy that I do. I'm glad that I'm able to. I'm so glad that I'm able to. But this right here, man, this is all. This is it. I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna tell y'all to stay positive, man. I'm gonna tell y'all to check on your people, man. You got to check on your people. You never know what they going through, and ask them how they doing, how they feeling, how's their doggone mental, man. And y'all, please stay blessed. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Lon Dude on Earth. We talk about all kinds of things here. The good stuff, the tough stuff, and everything in between. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.